So no longer am I going to beat myself up and ask myself, why did I lose to this person? No longer am I going to, look at a tournament loss at something that shouldn't happen. Oh, this shouldn't happen. I'm immortal. I'm intangible. No, you're not, Juan. What's up, guys? Hungrybox here with another Hungry Talks. And today's talk is about Melee once again. And the reason it's about Melee is because of a sort of I guess conversation I've been having with myself about the game, about what the game means to me, what's present with it, and where it stands right now in my life based upon everything. And I will say that in general, Melee, of course, kind of like my one true love, the game that's given me everything in my life, and, the reason that I was able to be a competitive, esports person in the first place, a brand, a personality, this and that. We're gonna get right back to the video, but first I wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for this video, Ridge Wallet. With the Ridge Wallet, this thing can fit anywhere and almost not be noticeable at all. And it really, pushes forward the point that you should only carry around what you need. The fact that it's so small, it's so thin. Obviously, smartphones over time got a lot smaller, so why have in our wallets, right? And Ridge Wallet is the first one to really do that. And I'm sure my cat, Brisket, would agree, as he's gonna sit right there behind. And I've owned now this Ridge Wallet for about a month, and I gotta say, I love this darn thing. But a few points about this wallet that I want you to remember: this thing can hold up to 12 cards. It comes in over 30 different colors and styles. If you want to get carbon fiber like me, that's the one I chose. It comes with a lifetime guarantee, 45-day full refund policy, and you can get 10% off your Ridge Wallet today with, you guessed it, ridge.com/hungrybox for 10% off your Ridge Wallet order. From yours truly, of course. So, with that being said, the link's in the description. Let's get back to the video and stay hungry. I'll see you guys. A few weeks ago, I released a video talking about my motivation in the game. So during the age of quarantine, of course, Melee has transitioned into a sort of new era in which there is Slippy, which is a rollback version of the game, which uses PC emulation, and it's it's very, very useful right now in quarantine, even to have competitions with it, because it gives us a massive edge compared to other fighting games, even compared to Ultimate, because Melee's rollback allows pretty much even cross-country play at a near sort of lagless or extremely smooth connection that hasn't before been seen in the age of online Melee. We used to play on netplay all the time. We used to play on, did whatever we could, whether with Anther's Ladder or just finding people online to play with a good connection, whether or not you had fiber and hoping for the best. This was sort of what we had. And now, of course, with Slippy, rollback, it all changed. And not only that, we've been able to have really good competitive tournaments because of rollback too. But of course, transitioning to rollback compared to regular CRT, compared to vanilla, what I'm used to specifically, I think the transition for everyone was kind of different. And so, for me, I think it was the most jarring transition because, one, I had, I guess, since CEO Dreamland, not play the game nearly as much. Two, every other top player was playing it a lot more and getting used to it. And three, realizing that there's one thing to compete in a Melee tournament, but it's another thing to compete and be streaming that Melee tournament at the same time. So I did notice there was some massive differences between my mentality when I was competing in a venue on a CRT and when I was at home playing on rollback, making sure my settings were optimized, which until recently I didn't realize it could have been better. I have my own monitor now, or whatever it is. And so, in the age of quarantine, I entered a few events on rollback. I entered Pound Online, which I got second place at. got destroyed by Zane, but beat everyone else. And then I entered Gommel and the LACS, where I placed 7th and I think 13th respectively. Lost to players I have never lost to, who've been improving a lot as well. I lost to Spark, lost to Laud in the Peach Puff matchup, lost to iBetaW, who had also beat me online, and I lost to some other people as well. I had some close sets too with some people I'd never heard of. So essentially, yeah, it was getting a lot harder to do that over and over again. So I thought to myself, well, it's probably best if I just wait it out. It's probably best if I get back to my roots and get back to what things are actually like once quarantine is over, once I can do that again, because I have a standard to uphold of gameplay and a standard of, you know, excellence that I feel I owe to everyone. Now, on top of that too, it could have been a fact where it's just like, well, when you think about it, why don't you just hang up the controller, right? In general, why don't you just not play anymore at all? Look at you, you've got a great Ultimate stream now, you got all these viewers, you got all these fans here doing this and that, there's no stress of competing in this. And like, yeah, I read all that and I considered all that, and some, you know, other people have also done that in the past. And I also do think that, you know, when you have someone like to move to pure content creation from competing, even like Ninja, for instance, or, you know, I'm nowhere near that, but, you know, when you grow your audience a bit, it does make sense to sort of stick to more of the content creation aspect, not really competing, put the stress with that, you know, added with it, all the stress that comes with it, etc., etc. It you know, it makes sense after a long time. But Smash community, and to my fans, and for everyone watching this, I am different, and I think that I can continue to be different because I think I can go against the grain here. I think that after hearing a lot of perspectives on this, I think that I understand now what the issue was. I understand what my issue was for the first time in a very, very long time when it comes to Melee. I had been so used to this grind, this journey to obtaining this rank 1, to being the best player in the world, to doing this and that, you know? I'd been so used to wanting it and chasing it over everything. Not for the money, not for the brand, not for anything like that, just for the pure idea of being number 1. And then I got it. And then when I got it, I didn't want to lose it. I'm like, no way. I refuse to lose this, you know? I refuse to lose it. So, and so I didn't want to lose it at all. I didn't want to, you know, let go of that. I'm like, no, I want to be the best. So I got 2017, and then I got 2018, and then I got 2019, in an amazing, you know, back-to-back three-peat series of tournaments that had some of the best like plays of my life, some of the best just creative moments of my career as a Puff player, moments that I'll cherish forever and ever. When it came to online, I think similar from me moving from high school to college, I went from being a grinder, only accepting number 1 as the absolute answer, and then once I finally had it, I got lazy, I think. I got complacent. And then, with laziness and complacency comes mediocrity. With those, I believe when you have different ambitions, your results will show. All right? And I want to explain what happened here. When I wanted to be the best player in the world above everything in Melee, I did it. Not only that, I maintained it. But then, when I wanted to be the best Ultimate streamer there was, I don't know if I can say I did it, but we've gotten pretty far since then. And it's because I've put all my dedication and talent and drive and passion into a completely different thing. And I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy that I'm able to do it, and I'm going to continue doing it. and I really, really want to see it through all the way and see just how deep the notion of being a top player goes. Or not top player, but the notion of being a top streamer goes. Because maybe if I play every single day, I'll still improve. Right, maybe I am pigeonholing myself into playing Puff and Ultimate, but the response has been incredible. Like, the viewership that I get from playing with Puff in these online tournament runs, it clearly shows that Puff is a very entertaining character and one that embodies what I want to be. So, it's incredible that I can finally have that now. But, and I'll get to the point in this whole video now, but all that being said, I know that if I actually dedicate myself again, and also swallow my ego, and treat Rollback Melee as a new game altogether, not a game where I should expect myself to win all the time, but a game that requires the same dedication that I put into my other streams. Does that make sense? In other words, do I expect to be the best at online Melee again? Probably not. But if I am going to be the best again, and do this the right way, it requires the dedication that deserves. So no longer am I going to beat myself up and ask myself, why did I lose to this person? No longer am I going to, you know, look at a tournament loss at something that shouldn't happen. Oh, this shouldn't happen. I'm immortal. I'm intangible. No, you're fucking not, Juan. No, you're not. You're not. You are losing to people who are putting in more work than you for an obvious reason. And yes, you're getting a lot of success in another facet, which is content creation and streaming. So, why don't you wake up and realize that, maybe to be the best at more than one thing, it requires twice the work. Alright? Why don't we go 3.0? Why don't we earn the win instead of expecting it? Alright? So, to earn the win, to not feel like it has to be handed to you on a silver platter, I think I just need to stop bitching about it and start fucking playing this game again. Every day. Whether on stream or off stream, the way I have to. Alright? Online Melee, the era of Rollback and Slippy, you know what? I'm not the best anymore at online Melee. Maybe I never was, actually. But that's okay. Because maybe, just like we did with Ultimate, where we chase for a win every fucking day, no matter how many strands of hair I pull out, maybe, if I just give it my all, and I learn from every loss, the way I used to, with the way that I had to, maybe the results will pay off then as well. Alright? I don't know how long we're stuck in quarantine, but I can't give up on it, dude. I can't give up on it. All right, I can't. I've done. I'm not gonna say I've done a lot for this game, 'cause I think people fucking hate that I play this game. But for myself and for my fans, I've done a lot from Melee and through Melee. All right, and I'm nowhere near ready to let that go. All right. So you want the announcement? You want the announcement there? Fuck my ego. Fuck the idea that I have to be the best. That I can't lose to people, that I'm immortal. Fuck all of that. Let's wipe the table again. Let's go back to square one. Back to square one to what it actually is. And actually work towards something. Actually put in the work that you need and to make it happen. Alright? No, not square one, box one. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. Alright? I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving, right? And that's what it is, okay? We're back to box one. So, the idea is this. Grinding Ultimate every day and grinding Melee every day. Because human beings aren't supposed to do just one thing for their entire life. They are supposed to be Renaissance men. They're supposed to be people who do the most things possible, because you only get one shot to live and make it the absolute most. And if you never actually fucking give it a try and just cower out and be scared of it forever, where are you gonna get? Nowhere. You're not gonna get anywhere. All right. So, yes. Earlier, I made a decision that I felt I shouldn't compete until quarantine's over, and I'm letting you know right now, we can do better. We can do a lot better than that. If I can win a Wi-Fi tournament with Puff in Ultimate, I can most certainly fucking do it in Melee. I don't care who is in the bracket. I don't care how many top 10 people there are. Alright? So yes. I've had a hard shift on it. I've given it a lot of thought. I've been thinking about this in the back of my mind, like off stream, like every single day. And it's the right thing to do, alright? So yeah, we're gonna have some bad placings. We're gonna have some... We're probably gonna have some 17th places. We're probably gonna have some 13ths. Maybe there's some. Maybe I'll lose in pools in one of these tournaments. It'll happen. This might happen. All right. This might be what happens on the grind to actually understand the game again. Okay. We might lose to a million Peaches or a million Ice Climbers or a million Puff Dittos. It might happen, but who the fuck cares? That's the chase. That's what I fell in love with in the first place. Who cares? Take everything. Take every placing as just another stepping stone to getting back to where you were. And then, once it's all said and done, and once quarantine is over, that throne is going to be extra warm for us again. But only if you put in the work. Alright? So that's the announcement. I'm back to square one. If you thought I was gonna retire from Melee, you're dumb.